Canada has long been a preferred destination for international students due to its high-quality education system and opportunities for work and permanent residency. However, in recent years, the rapid growth in the number of international students has led to mounting pressure on housing, infrastructure, and public services. In response, the Canadian government introduced a series of temporary relief measures to manage the situation while maintaining the integrity of the International Student Program, ISP. These temporary measures are set to officially end in May 2025, bringing significant changes to how international students can study and work in Canada. The relief measures were initially implemented to ease the burden on students and institutions during the post-pandemic recovery period. However, as the international student population surged, especially in urban centers, concerns grew about housing shortages, student exploitation, and overwhelmed educational institutions. The government has now opted to recalibrate the system to ensure it remains sustainable, fair, and beneficial to both students and Canadian society. One of the major upcoming changes is the reinstatement of the work-hour limit for international students. Previously, to support students facing financial challenges during COVID-19, Canada temporarily removed the 20-hour per week limit on off-campus work during academic sessions. From May 1, 2025, international students will once again face a cap, though a slightly higher one, at 24 hours per week. This adjustment aims to help students focus more on their studies, while still allowing for reasonable income opportunities. Another crucial shift is the introduction of a nationwide study permit cap. For 2025, the federal government has imposed a 10% reduction compared to 2024, capping the number of new international student permits at approximately 437,000. This measure is intended to address concerns about the quality of education, housing affordability, and the strain on municipal services. Each province will receive a specific allocation of study permits based on its capacity to support students, and applicants must now obtain a provincial attestation letter PAL to proceed with their study permit applications. This step adds another layer of regulation to prevent misuse of the system by unregulated or low-quality institutions. The financial requirements for international students have also been raised. Beginning in January 2024 and continuing into 2025, students must demonstrate that they have 20,635 Canadian dollars in funds to cover their first year of living expenses on top of their tuition and travel costs. This change reflects the updated cost of living in Canada and aims to ensure that students are financially prepared before arriving. It also seeks to reduce the number of students who arrive underfunded and are thus more vulnerable to exploitation. In addition, open work permits for spouses of international students are now being restricted. Starting in 2024, only spouses of students enrolled in master's, doctoral, and professional programs, such as law and medicine, will be eligible for open work permits. This move aims to reduce the indirect population pressure resulting from the families of international students accompanying them in large numbers. The Canadian government insists that these reforms are not intended to reduce the positive impact international students have on the economy and society. Rather, they aim to create a more controlled, transparent, and fair system that ensures students receive quality education, have access to adequate resources, and are not misled by unscrupulous actors. Canada remained committed to welcoming international students, but the focus now shifts to quality over quantity. With better oversight, more robust financial checks, and stricter institutional accountability, the government hopes to maintain the country's reputation as a top-tier destination for global learners. Longer description. The temporary relief measures for international students in Canada will officially end in May 2025, marking a major shift in the country's approach to managing its international student program. These reforms were introduced in response to the growing strain on Canada's housing, healthcare, and education systems due to the rapid influx of students. Key changes include a cap on the number of study permits, the reinstatement of work-hour limits, 24 hours per week, and a significant increase in financial proof requirements. Students must now also obtain a provincial attestation letter, PAL, before applying. The new rules aim to ensure a more sustainable and high-quality education system that benefits both international learners and Canadian society as a whole. Hashtags. Canada Immigration International Student Study in Canada, Canada 2025 Study Permit Cap, IRCC Canadian Education Student Life Canada Off-Campus Work. Work Permit Canadian Universities. Student Support PL Canada Student V.
Thanks for watching our video. Please hit the button and subscribe the channel.